Hi guys, so today I have a Crafty space tour for you, and I haven't shared my Crafty space since January, and it's only been 4 months, but you'd be surprised. There's been quite a few things that have changed. Not a whole lot, there are still a lot of things that are the same, but some new changes. So I wanted to start off at my desk. So here's my desk. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, my craft space is in my bedroom, so I have to keep it fairly contained. So if I did have a room, I'd probably spread it out a little bit more, but since it is what it is, I have it more contained. So here's the desk. I have this little wire rack thing. I got that at Deals, which is like the Dollar Tree counterpart. And it was $5, so I'm not sure if they actually sell it at the Dollar Tree, but they do sell it at Deals. So I got that there. And here at the top, I keep my planner open because I've noticed that if I close my planner and I just put it away, I will not look at it and I'll forget to even open it. So I've been putting it like this, and that way I can see it every time I come over here and I can check off things as I do them. So I keep that open there, and then behind there, back here, are my Spectrum Noirs in this little container, which I got, I think either at Target or Dollar General. It's just this little container on its side. So all my Spectrum Noirs are in there. Then up here, I have little stamping supplies. That way, when I want to stamp, I can just bring this down. It has my archival dye ink, memento, my blocks, my Tim Holtz brushes, and just other stamping supplies. So I could just put that up here. And then this planner goes up front like this. Here. And then back there is just my lamp, which I don't want to blind you guys, but there's my lamp. And I just have some more little stamping tools there and some hand sanitizers. Down here are my 4x6 stamps, and I decided to put them here, that way I can use multiple stamps really easily. I don't have to be going back and forth. I could just pull this out, which is kind of hard to do one-handed because I'd have to hold the rack and pull it with the other hand, but it comes out from underneath this thing. It's not holding it up, and that way I can look through all my stamps and get the most use out of them. So oh, it's getting blurry, but there it is. That's just the freezer bin. And that's basically my crafty section at my desk. So 1 second, I'll show you the other corner. Okay, so here we're at my other corner of my room. That was just the desk. This is where I have my crafty supplies, the bulk of it. So I've changed a few things around. I actually don't remember what was in the last video, so I'll just share with you what's in this one. So let's start in this corner. So here I have all my 8x8 paper pads. This is a little tote thing from, I think, Kmart or Walmart. And here I have some glitter fun foam and just a little calendar. Here I keep all of my dies in these page protectors just with magnets in them. And it works for me because I don't have a ton of dies. I do have a good amount, but I don't have that much, so I can keep them in there. Over here is a, I think, 1-inch binder with some dollar stamps. Here I have some of those little solar dancers. I just think they're cute, and I've collected some of them from the Dollar Tree, and that flower one I think was from Walmart. So I just leave them there. They don't dance there because the sun doesn't directly hit over here, so they're not really dancing, but they're cute there. So I left them there. And then here are my color drawers. And I like these drawers, but the only problem is they get dusty very easily, and they're hard to clean because it gets dusty like inside the drawer, and you have to take everything out to really clean them out. So that's the only hassle I find with them. But I'm able to store lots of things and keep it organized, or fairly organized. So I'm going to quickly share with you the drawers. Here I have my Spectrum Noir pencils and a few stamping supplies. These are tools, so embossing powders, punches, stamp-a-ma-jig, those types of things. Here are all my adhesives, except for my ATG gun. Here is just scrap pieces of paper, watercolor paper. These are my wood veneers. I keep them in these little containers from, they sell them at the Dollar Tree and also Family Dollar, Dollar General. I think pretty much every dollar store sells them. And back there is just a little coloring box with the bigger wood veneers that don't fit in here. This is all little embellishments that I would use on cards, so pearls, sequins, bling, anything like that I'd put in here. This is just beads and Mod Podge. It's not very organized, but I don't really go through that drawer too often. These are all my wood-mounted stamps. These are all my punches. This is just a random drawer that I have in there. And let's come slowly back up here. So, back here, it looks kind of disorganized, but I find that it works for me. I have one of these photo boxes, just like this one, but without the lid, back here. And inside of that box, I put 6 plastic cups, like the, what are they called? I think they're called solo cups, but it doesn't matter. That's just what I had on hand. And inside those cups, I put pens, highlighters, because I did a huge decluttering and spring cleaning about 2 weeks ago, and I found pens and pencils and highlighters and markers all over the place in random places. So I collected all of them that I found and I put them in here. That way they're all in one place and I don't find pens all over my room. So I find that that works fairly well because I can easily just grab something and I don't have to rummage through drawers. So I find that that works for me, even though it looks kind of messy, but it's fine. Here I have these more little solar dancers. I just think they're cute, and yeah. And here's some little owl sharpeners, which I use for coloring now. And they're cute also, so I keep them up here. This is another photo box with just some extra school supplies, like pencils, new pencils, and erasers, and other things. So I don't need easy access to that often, so I keep that there. Here are more coloring supplies, watercolors, Prismacolors, and back there are some Crayola markers. These are chipboard, die cuts, those types of things. Here are die cutting accessories, mostly. So Cricut mats, wax paper, Cuttlebug blades, Cricut blades, those types of things. Here are some inks. I keep them in there again, not too organized, but it works. Here are all of my embossing folders. And I have this little photo album from the Dollar Tree, which I made samples of each of my embossing folders, so I don't have to sift through the whole drawer to see what I want. I can just look through here and then grab the one I'm looking for. So I keep that with the embossing folders. Here are my washi tapes, some glossy accents. They're in this container from Target, and as you can see, I've gotten a few outside of there. These are doilies and lace type things, and also a few flowers. Here are my stickles, and this is a little container also from from Target. I got that like 2 or 3 years ago, and it works great because I can store my stickles upside down. And then back there I have some extras and some sprays and rubber cement. Here are some 4x6 paper pads. And down here is just some miscellaneous things, labels and extras of things. Down there are some of those divided boxes. And I keep googly eyes, flat back pearls, just other little knickknacks in there. And I'm going to pause the video for a second and come up so I don't make you guys dizzy. Okay, so now we're up here. I'm in the same section, I just went a little up. So here is another Sterilite container. And up here, I have my Cricut, what is that called? Oh, I'm having a brain fart. The Cricut Create, that's what it's called. Oh, you can see my shadow. Hi. So there's my Cricut Create. And here I have this container, which is really pretty. I was only able to find one at the Dollar Tree. And here I keep my sticker booklets. And I don't put these with my other stickers because I like to use these especially for my planner. So I just keep them here so I can pull them out and decorate my planner very easily. So all my little sticker booklets are in there. Then here, I have to change the label, but here I have my Cricut cartridges. And back there's my label maker. Here are my distressings. So for this, I labeled it just with some white cardstock, and I inked it up and wrote the name on it. And then behind it, there's a piece of Velcro where I attached the blending foam, and that way each ink pad has their own blending foam. So I did that for all of them. These are just little makeup sponges, and back there's some water and a little tool. So there's that. And these little containers I got very recently at the Dollar Tree. And I just like that because it keeps them contained, because if I don't do that, they like to topple down. So this keeps them a little bit more contained, the little blue containers. So let's just close that. Now here are bigger tools. Here I keep my ATG gun, heat gun, stamp press, crocodile, envelope board, those types of things. And then these little accordion folders, I got them at Target. One of them has stamped images that are not colored, and one of them has stamped images that I already colored, which I should probably label which is which, but by the weight I usually know. I have more that are not colored than ones that are colored. So here's the colored ones that I can use on cards. This is the not colored one. So here's the not colored one. I have those there. And I try to label them by brand, but yeah, and I just usually throw them in there. Here are my papers, and just a warning, I have a ton of paper, but I love it, so yeah, and I try to keep it organized so I can find it. So here's Bo Bunny, Great Paper, and Studio Calico, and these are here, and they're in alphabetical order, and of course all this is in my online inventory, which if you haven't seen, I'll put a link below to that. And when I find what I'm looking for on that inventory, I can easily find it in here. I took this out of my closet. I had this with loose 12x12 papers in there, and I was rarely using it, so I brought it out here so I can use it more often, and I have been doing that. So these are just loose sheets of paper I've had for ages. That's in there. There are my 6x6 papers, the rest of them, and I'm going to sit down and show a closer look of that. So okay, so now I'm sitting here on the floor, so I can give you a closer look of these drawers. I don't remember the dimensions of these. These are just smaller drawers. They measure about, I don't know, about 7 inches wide here. But the papers have to go in kind of slanted because the inside is smaller. But here I keep all my papers, my 6x6 papers. So I label the front so I know what's in each one. So here's my mind's eye. Here's what's in this one. Up here is these. American Crafts, Imaginese, Kaiser Craft, Cosmo Cricut, and those. So they're all in there in alphabetical order, and I just wrote on top the name, so I don't have such a hard time looking through them. They're all in here, and those are all of them. I like storing them like that. Here on the side, I just keep things that I don't use too often, so sandpaper, extra magnetic sheets. Here's a box with mounting foam for rubber stamps. That's there.